Hi everyone, and welcome. I'm just Isa. So, my best friend has been telling me to watch Yu Yu Hakusho for years, but I haven't because I felt like I don't know. I don't really think it's my kind of anime. But a few weeks ago, we didn't really have anything to watch, and he was like, "Yu Yu Hakusho is on Netflix. Shall we watch it?" So we did. And after 3 episodes, I was hooked. So after I was at his place, I went back home and continued watching and falling down that rabbit hole. And it was not at all what I expected it to be. So the first segment of this is what I thought it was about. So I thought it was about a couple of delinquent boys fighting and trying to get into the Yakuza or something like that. You know, a typical fighting anime. And that is not at all what it's about. It's about delinquent boys who fight a lot, but the main character, Yusuke, dies while trying to save a little boy. He has to try to get back to the real world, to the living world, instead of, roaming around. And at first he doesn't care. He doesn't want to. And then he starts to realize that people actually care about him and miss him. And one of those people are his rival, Kuwabara. And that's another story that we'll talk about later. And he sees his mom is crying, and one of his childhood friends, Keiko, is also crying. There is a lot of people who actually miss him. So he starts to try to get back to the living world. And that's like the first arc. And we find out that Kuwabara actually is sensitive to spirits. Just this entire show was not at all what I expected. And then we get all this like kind of character building and getting to know them, knowing who they are as characters and blah blah blah. And then we enter tournament arc, that is season 2. And that's actually the longest season of episodes. They have 40 episodes. And I'm almost finished with that one. Yeah, and it's been a lot, and I want to talk about a few things from it, because it's a lot. And I want to start off with my favorite character, and my favorite character is actually Kuwabara. I think he's hilarious. He's a bit goofy, he has a strong heart, he knows what he wants, and he wants to be the strongest. He always competes with Yusuke, but he's really kind, and I kind of like that. And I really like that he's so goofy. I usually like the goofy characters. And yeah, they keep mocking him, and I love it. It's so funny because he's kind of like the underdog in a way, but at the same time he's not. So I really like Kuwabara. And my least favorite character is Keiko. I think she's really annoying and useless. Actually, yeah, okay, fine. In the beginning, she was like really important, because if it wasn't for her, Yusuke wouldn't be alive. But after that, she kind of fades out for the few episodes she's not even in the anime. And it's like, oh, she's really annoying, because in the beginning, they build her up to be like this kind of tough girl, because she stands up to Yusuke. She isn't afraid of him. And I like that in the beginning. But then she just became this boring character who can't do anything, and she cries and she whines a lot. And I don't like that. I hate those types of characters. But from that, I kind of want to go into something that really bothered me with this anime, and maybe in manga too. I haven't read it, so I don't know. But something that really bothered me with this was the sexism. There is a lot of sexism in this anime, and some of them are terrible. in the end of season 1, they're supposed to save this girl Yukina, and to get to her, they have to fight different people. And the first one they have to fight is this beautiful girl. I don't really remember her name, but she was beautiful and she was powerful, she was strong. And Kuwabara says, I can't fight a girl. You don't fight girls. You don't fight them. It's like, okay, that's fine. And Yusuke decides to fight her. And I was like, great. Perfect. Like, girls can fight as well. They can. But then he gropes her. He touched her boobs and between her legs to check if it was a real girl. And I was speechless, and it got worse. It got worse because he threw her into a wall and says she's not a girl, it's a dude. And this woman lying there in the rubble says, I'm a woman in my heart. And he's like, no, you're not. And that really, really bothered me because I have a lot of friends who actually is transsexual and that's have gone through this. And I know this anime is from in the beginning of the 90s, but still, that wasn't okay. That was the first thing that really, really bothered me, and I was speechless. Like, I had to quit watching it for a while because that really affected me. I was really sad. And he's like, and he told her, after hitting her a few more times, he told her that you can't be a woman unless you actually have the parts to be a woman.
夢に調べてみたらな。あの時か。胸はパッドか注射かわかんねえけど、膨らませてただけだ。下にはちゃんとついて。
差別だわ。正体が分かったからって手加減しないなんて。体は男でも心は女よ。
And there are a few more examples, like in the tournament arc, like I think it was Yusuke or Urameshi is what they usually call it. Urameshi fights this drunk dude, and he's really funny and it's a really fun fight. But what really bothered me was that he was knocked out, kinda, and this, like, she's a referee. She kind of decides if who wins the match and tells what happens in the fighting. And she's like, oh, are you okay? And he's like, you'll make a fine bride someday. And her reaction was, oh, you're just saying that. Like, excuse me? Is that all she is? Is she just supposed to be a good bride someday? And there are several more, like, examples in the series, but those are some of the ones that really stuck with me. And I thought it was really, really, yeah, they were very, yeah. I can't even find the words to explain it, how I felt. I was really bothered, and it really made me reconsider actually watching it in a way. But I continued watching it, and I'm really glad I did, because it's actually a really good series besides the sexism in it. The creator of Yu Yu Hakusho is Yoshihiro Togashi, and he is the creator of Hunter x Hunter, and that is one of my all-time favorite animes. You can actually see that he has, like, reused some characters from Yu Yu Hakusho in in Hunter x Hunter. For example, this dude, he's like in the end of season 1 when they're trying to save Yukina, you see this dude, and he immediately reminded me of this dude from Hunter x Hunter. So I like that you can recognize some characters, and yeah, that really made it kind of different. That's something that I really liked about it. The thing is the characters like in the background, for example, this dude, which I sent it to all my friends, like, Pidgey has an extra gig! Pidgey's in Yu Yu Hakusho! That was really funny. And then like the humor in it is also really funny. And then we get to meet this character Karasu. And when I first saw him, I got kind of like Illumi vibes from Hunter x Hunter from him. But then I saw this scene. My first thought is, oh my god, is that Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon? And what makes it even more funny is that Togashi is actually married to the creator of Sailor Moon, Nako Takeuchi. Takeuchi. I can't pronounce her name. Whatever. But that kind of makes it even more funny, because you can actually notice that the references and her influence on his style really kind of a lot in Hunter x Hunter, and they got married in 99, I think, and this was released in 90, 91, 92 maybe. But I think it's just perfect. I love it. And I have to remind you guys that they are 14 years old fighting in a tournament against demons. 14! And another thing that I have to remind you, they are 14, and Kuwabara is telling everyone that Yukina is the love of his life. He's 14. What does he know of love? And I kind of don't really like how he becomes when Yukina is around. I like him better without Yukina, to be honest. He kind of devolves a bit, but whatever. So to finish this video, I want to tell you guys what I think of it. So it's a really good anime. It's really funny and it has some really extra moments that I love. For example, Pidgey's appearance and the characters that you recognize, and that you can really see the progression. You like Urameshi, Yusuke, you can really see how he evolves and changes throughout the series. Like, I'm just 2 seasons in, and like when we began, in the beginning, we saw him, he didn't care. He was like, I can die, nobody cares, I don't care. And later on, spoiler warning, he has this master called Genkai, and she gives her life for him. And he's really upset about that. And you can really see how he gets in more touch with his feelings, and he's okay with crying and feeling, and you can really see how much he cares about others. And that's some things that I really like about this series. So yeah, but at the same time, it is kind of problematic because of the sexism. And it bothers me, but I'm gonna finish it anyways. Because like I have 2 seasons left. It can't get any worse than the woman not being a woman. Like, can it? Please don't tell me it can. But anyways, there you guys have it. That's my thoughts on Yu Yu Hakusho so far. I've only seen half of it. Maybe I will do another part of this when I finished it. And if you like this, do you want to see more of this? What I think of animes that I watch. I've watched quite a few just these past months. So, and I kind of want to do more of these videos where like thoughts I had during while watching it, or if there's something problematic in them. So I don't know. Comment down below if you want to see more. And I really recommend watching it if you can see it. Even though there is the problematic part. It's really a good show otherwise. It was just that really bothered me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!